Hi everyone, this is Michael Cotton representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. We've got your fix, and this is episode number 39 of the Bacta tank. I'm trying to figure out what to do about this glare on my glasses, but it's not working out too well. So if you're listening to the audio version, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about unless I cut this out. If you're watching it right now, you can see my screen. It looks kind of weird, but anyways. This is brought to you by my patrons. We have Rural Farboy, Kylo Customs, Kylo Ren, Flores, Heidi Federer, and Chris from Kentucky. If you want to join them, you can go to patreon.com/TooMedToo to join them. And tonight, our featured guest is none other than one of the Red 5 members. We have Chuck Skywalker.
So that's
What's going on, Condor?
How are you doing, Charlie?
Man, blowing and going. There's so much that's going on, so much to prepare for, but yeah, just enjoying the experience.
Yeah, it's right now. The last few days, it's been a big waiting game coming in for the Mandalorian and whatever we can get for the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, it's like no stone is left unturned. So many people are rewatching the series, trying to pick up any hints, any clues, anything that StarWars.com is dropping. Man, it's just it's a crazy time, but it's exciting.
It's really good, and somebody posted today there was a commercial spot for one of the football games that was on today, and it wasn't just a spot for during the game. It was in there with here's the LA Rams and this guy's in charge, or this is the quarterback and whatever. So it was Giancarlo Esposito narrating it. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, nice! I'll have to see that.
It was beyond a TV spot. It was so. And that's what I think a lot of people, when the TV spot came out last week, a lot of people forgot about that. It's not for us. We already know the Mandalorian's coming out. We're already viewing it. We're counting down the hours. This is for those people that watch Monday Night Football that either haven't watched the Mandalorian or don't know that it's coming out, or forgot about it. And I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, how could you not know? How could you forget?" And it's like, I've been off. I mean, I'm still on Twitter, but instead of being on Twitter for hours a day and posting 30, 40 messages and liking and commenting on everybody's, posts, I go on there now for 5 or 10 minutes. I check things really quick. I might repost a thing or two, and that's pretty much it. A couple times a day I'll do that. But I missed out with, just even some things that happened recently with a lot of the Funkos that got that they let us know about the Funkos or the Black Series. Right. I didn't know those things were coming out. So I find out, after everyone's already ordered them, or I couldn't get into the lottery or whatever. It's like I didn't even know there was a lottery. I didn't even know anything was going on. So it's like it's very easy. Me being a diehard Star Wars fan, not knowing, being up to the minute with things, it's really easy to understand how someone who says, oh yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan, but they don't even know that this big thing's going on. I was talking to one of my friends today who is a huge Star Wars fan, and she's like, well, I've never even seen The Mandalorian yet. And she's like, but I have Disney Plus. But she can tell you Disney trivia or Star Wars trivia, and she'd probably get a lot of it right. She hasn't watched it yet. So
right.
Well, you got 3 days because the season 2 comes out now.
What it reminds me of is a few years ago, probably many years ago, is on TNT. They had they always had these taglines, movies for guys who like movies, or things like that. It's not necessarily what show that you're watching. They're going to hey, come watch this because you're going to like this. It's very similar to like the Monday Night Football. You have all these people that are tuning in to watch the game, and then all of a sudden they have all these action shots of Star Wars. Like, whoa, hey, what was that? I definitely got to check that out. And then when they realize that, oh man, they're already doing season 2, now I got to go back and watch season 1. So it's genius marketing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done a few rewatches, and I've only sat down and rewatched it once, but I've probably, if Disney Plus let me take a look at my statistics, I've probably had each episode on 20 or 30 times. It's just out in the background or not really paying attention. Kind of like the movies used to be for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there seems to always be something in the background. I even really gotten into listening to the soundtrack itself, and going through that, and then watching it with. I'd watch it with my son, and then I would, watch it myself. And I just recently rewatched, all the episodes just so I know and kind of get a feel for it. But similar to you, I've kind of been off Twitter just a little bit. I've been trying to deal with some, personal health, mental health issues, and whatnot. And so mainly I just stick with the Red 5 group, and I'll post things here and there, but there's so much other stuff that's going on that's been a little more important. Unfortunately, I've been kind of lax in my podcast as well, but I have a really big episode that's coming out soon, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, because tell us a little bit about your podcast then, since you brought it up. Might as well plug that.
Right. So it's Star Wars Through the Ages. And we basically cover everything from soup to nuts of Star Wars, whether it's past, present, or future. Lots of theories, lots of things that relate to me and that I think people would be interested in hearing. I had a big series on Star Wars, a therapy, and how different people can retreat to Star Wars to help them through a lot of life's problems, whether it's the music, whether it's humor, whether it's just the escapism of it. The show that I have that's coming up, I actually have had some errors in recording for some reason, and it's a paranormal episode of Star Wars. Where it deals with Force ghosts and things of the afterlife, and how it relates to what a lot of people believe here in reality versus what we see on the screen. So it's hopefully I have that up and posted by the end of the week. And then we have of course some Red 5 missions that's coming up real soon. That I'm not going to spill the tea on too much, but it's a great big effort, including everybody from the Red 5 network. Lots of collaborations and thought and dedication going into this project as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I like the Red 5 network. There's some really good people on there.
Yeah, I'm rather partial to them.
Now, you've been on here before when I used to just kind of do a free-for-all. And before it was called the Bacta Tank. It was just kind of the Monday night chat that I did for months before it became, like, even though this is episode 39, there was probably 20 at least before that. So this is, well into the 50s or 60s. So this is probably, well past a year that I've been doing this. But for me, it's not like, I've been doing it for a year, because I've been doing YouTube for 3 years on and off with different shows and different things. So it's like, it's not really about that for me or what the podcast is named or called or whatever. It's just getting together with friends and, hanging out and having a good time. But so I know most of these answers probably pretty well, but we'll pretend that no one's ever watched the show before and people haven't seen those previous ones. So tell me, how did you get into Star Wars?
I got into Star Wars because my mother wanted to go see the movie in the theaters in 1977, and she couldn't find a babysitter that would watch me. I was a rather precocious child, and so she said, well, I'll take a chance. And she wanted to go see it that bad. She took me to go see it. And she said, I didn't make a peep at all. I just sat there and stared at the screen for the entire movie and just was enthralled with it. And then I actually remember going to the theaters and seeing Empire with her. And we also went and saw Return of the Jedi together as well. So because of my mother and because of her push and dedication for me to use my imagination is what really got me hooked into Star Wars.
Awesome. And you're at the age, so you obviously saw it in the theaters, movies. Now, were you into the toys a lot, like everyone else in the world?
Yeah, I was, specifically around Return of the Jedi. As I said, I was a bit of a precocious person and a little bit of a troublemaker, but I would go and get Star Wars figures weekly, even if they were duplicates. I wouldn't care. And then I'd go and get a bunch of G.I. Joe, and I would have these big, massive battles between Star Wars figures and G.I. Joe figures. The way I figured out who was going to win those battles was I would lay the battleground with black cats and fuse them all together and light the fuse. And then when all the explosions had finished, I'd go and I'd collect all the pieces. Whichever side had the most whole pieces is the side that won the battle for that day. And then I'd go get more figures to blow up later.
Yeah, I love that story. That's one of my favorite stories about people talking about how they used to play with them, because with my action figures, I used to do the same thing, but I would have Star Wars and G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles. I think at that time, I think they had wrestling action figures. Those might have been later. I don't know. But it wouldn't be Star Wars versus G.I. Joe. It would be, they'd be all mixed together on, whatever it was. And I can't even say it, like, it was always like the good guys won and the bad guys won. It would be, this guy fights this guy, and then, I could have 10 people on this side that won, and then one guy on this side that won, and then that last one at that time of the day, I decided he should win, and he's going to go on and be the victor against all their 10. So kind of goes into and clears house on that. I've actually been lucky enough to be on your show a few times also.
Yes,
and that was a blast. I think it was on your first ever show. I don't know. I don't remember. It was either your first one or I was your first guest, something like that. I can't remember. I wonder if there we go. My screen tilts down. So now
there you go.
All right. I forgot about that. I feel much better now.
Yeah, you actually helped me quite a bit. I was very nervous about starting a podcast. And when I found you on Twitter and then started watching your show, and you encouraged me to, just even pop on, just come on screen. We'll just talk, we'll shoot the stuff and talk Star Wars and, or whatever else has come up. Most of the time, we didn't even really stick with Star Wars. We just kind of talked about whatever was going on in our lives, and somehow it crazily, reflected a little bit of something in Star Wars. So, it's you helped me and just get over that shyness of being on camera and speaking to people, and have been a great guide. And I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's the whole thing about this network. It's just as long as you can be respectful and a normal human being, you're welcome to come on here and talk. There's been people on here that have had greatly varying viewpoints than I have, but just as long as they can, if you're going to say that I hate this movie, you have to be able to give it a logical reason why, and then it's fine. It's when if you don't like something, that's fine. But just be able to be respectful about it and back it up, and then everybody's welcome. Oh
yeah.
How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you here.
Okay, you have to create.
Yeah. So now we have the Mandalorian getting ready to come out. Kylo, my bad. I'll be respectful. There's an stream joking around and whatever. But when I say be respectful, it just means that don't say if you hate The Last Jedi, that's fine. Don't say that you hate The Last Jedi, but not it ruined my childhood and everybody that had anything to do with the movie should die and whatever. And
Right.
Go ahead and explain why. I didn't like. All right, I didn't like Can of Light. Okay, fine. I'm going to tell you. Probably not my favorite part of any of the Star Wars movies, but there was a reason behind it. I understand what they were trying to do. DJ. You can't say the people that say, "Well, DJ deserved more." Nobody deserves anything in some movies.
Did
No
you
one
actually
deserves anything.
go live
But,
in your party,
one-
or it's all just okay? So did you do that just at the
Right.
end? I heard you say something about the end.
So that's where that kind of comes into play. But so we have the Mandalorian starting up.
Yes.
Should we have any? There you go, Baby Yoda. All my Baby Yodas are. Oh, I got this guy too. This guy over here.
Oh, nice.
Of course I have it.
Right. Yeah, you don't collect Funkos.
No, I don't. I pick up these guys too. Yeah, make sure.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah. And maybe what's in the box, there could be some more. I'm not sure. Yeah. So now that I have the office, I have an old teacher's desk that for my computer desk. So it's an extra like 2.5 feet long or lengthwise or deep, I guess I should say. So I can't reach my monitor right now. That's how much room I have, and I probably couldn't reach the wall if I went all the way up to it. So there's plenty of room. I showed yesterday. Behind it right now, there's 2 10-inch pops. There's another 10-inch pop. There's lots of room. So lots of room saving for collectibles or things that I don't collect.
Right.
Anyways, get back to what I get sidetracked. So
That's all right.
Mandalorian. What do we got going on? What do you think is going to happen to the Mandalorian? But let's hear. I'm always about speculation. That's the whole thing. It's like I'm going to go into it, and whatever they give me, I'm going to be happy with it. It's Star Wars.
Right.
It's what it is. But I can, sometimes I have these crazy ideas on what I think might happen, even though I know that there's like less than a 1% chance it would ever happen. But then I have some more reasonable ones. So what do you have going on in the Chuck Skywalker mind?
So I think I think they pretty much spelled it out in the trailers that the child needs to be brought back to his people. His people is not the Yoda species, but of the Jedi. And so the whole crux of the season is the Mandalorian is trying to locate some Jedi. At this point in time, the only one that they have that they can confirm is alive is Luke. So I believe that he's going to be on the trail of Luke to try to reunite him. So you'll probably see some familiar scenes of, Luke was here, and Luke was there, and it's just going to be a cat and mouse game of, oh yeah, he was here, but he's gone. Because I believe at this time, maybe somewhere around there, I'd have to double check the timeline, that him and Lando are trying to find the dagger or something to locate Palpatine, I believe. Maybe that's a little bit later, but I think Luke is going on and about trying to do whatever he's doing in this off the screen time that we really don't know about. And he finally gets word that, hey, here's here's the Jedi, and instead of it being Luke, I believe it's going to be at the close to the end of the season, and you'll see Ahsoka, and that's the Jedi that he finds to help reunite Baby Yoda with his people. And that could probably lead off into the Ahsoka series. It could, lead off in so many different directions. But I think that's the main thing. Mando is trying to find Jedi, trying to find Luke, and he ends up finding Ahsoka at the end of the season.
Okay, so I just happen to have this next to me. The only reason it's next to me and not on the bookshelf is because I still haven't finished this book. Well, I finished it, but I was doing the Holocron House, one of the shows on here, where I go through page by page and do it in depth. So, it's a little bit crazy because I think it's taken me 18 or 20 episodes. Each one's, if I actually just cut out all the talking and just did the book, it'd still be about a half hour, 45 minutes. So it's time intensive, but it says here that Lando accompanies Luke to Pastana, and that is 13 BSI. Zero BSI is zero. Before 0 is BSI. After 0 is ASI. So 13 years before Star Killer destroyed the Resistance. So at the same time Rey is abandoned on Jakku is the same time that Luke and Lando went looking.
Okay.
So Rey's 19? So she would have been 6.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Okay. Imperial Fleet.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. Yes. Yeah. Well,
I'm just trying to see it here. 30 BSI. Imperial Fleet retreats. Han and Leia wed. Luke begins training Leia. Rebels Yard of Battle Hoth is 31 BSI. 30.
And full circle and all that.
So basically 30 BSI is Return of the Jedi.
Okay. And this is what, 5 years after, so 25 BSI?
Yeah. So 25 BSI, we don't have anything. But 20, yeah, so this is 25 BSI. So this is 25 years before Star Killer Base is destroyed.
Okay.
That's where the Mandalorian takes place. So I'm just trying to figure it out with this timeline exactly. We don't have anything in here, that says it, because we go to 29. 29 is when Leia ends her training. So, Ben Solo would have been 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6, depending on how you want to look at the part of the year. I guess it would be
right. So, is this would this be about the time that Luke is establishing the new Jedi Order?
But now Luke was out looking for artifacts, so this would actually probably be better. I would have to, just off the top of my head, I can't tell you that. I would have to go into some more of my books and take a look at that and try and figure it out. But sensing the continued presence of the dark side, Luke starts investigating leads that to an Exegol. So that's 13 BSI. So that's the same time Luke feels the dark side, and that's when he starts going investigating for Exegol.
Well, something else that I was thinking of was kind of something along the lines of Battlefront 2 with Inferno Squadron, because they, that's, set a little bit after Return of the Jedi as well. In fact, Luke even goes to, now I can't think of the name, where Iden's, what's the guy's name? Dax.
Anniversary?
No, the pilot, Iden's main squeeze.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of those books, so I read them once and kind of.
Which
isn't saying anything. If you like those books, that's great. I'm not saying anything about it. You can like what you want to like. Just not my favorite stuff. But you know what? Maybe if I go back and read them again, that's the whole thing. Like Alphabet Squadron, I wasn't a big fan of Alphabet Squadron, and I think it was because there was so much information, so much coming in. It was kind of hard to follow.
It was Del Mico. So in the video game, Del Mico has gone to one of the Emperor's storage facilities on a planet, and he comes across Luke Skywalker, and that's where he finds the compass that you see in The Last Jedi. That's a little on the shelf, but they kind of tie into each other. So this is around that time. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to tie it in, but there is a lot of ways that they could pull it. And it all depends on which string they want to pull.
Yeah, there's so many places they can go. They could do Luke, and what was Luke up to 5 years after? I'll look it up here in a second, but I can see if I can find it quickly. But
I don't think they're going to find him, but I think that's where they're going to bring in Ahsoka. I think they'll have Sabine will make an appearance and near the end of the season, and she'll help out Mando, and he'll explain what he's going to do. And he's like, "Well, I know of one Jedi," and then she takes him to the whatever place it is, and then as it pans back, then you see Ahsoka, and she turns around. And that's just, that's my, something I see in my head, but it's I think that'd be a great direction to take it, especially if they want to do more live action series with Ahsoka. That is rumored. So
that's the other thing too. We have it being rumored that that was what a lot of people got upset about. We had all these rumors of people being in, and then no one shows up in the trailer. And like I was saying, it's the trailer wasn't for us; it's for somebody else. And do you want to show Ahsoka? Why? Like we know she's in it, or she's going to be in it. So let's see. Let's wait and find out. Let's see the big reveal. And then we also have two, which is kind of great. You're a big wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like wrestling. I liked it a lot more when I was younger, and then even recently. I like to every once in a while watch it, and I'll just watch it for a couple weeks or a month or two, and catch back up on the storylines and figure everything out, and then I'm kind of good for a little while. But we have Sasha Banks coming in. So yes. Who do you think Sasha Banks is going to be?
There's a lot of disagreement on this, but I still think that she's going to be Sabine. I think that she'll be Sabine Wren, and it's I don't know. Most people are like, "Oh no, that not the right look, it's not the right actor for the or actress for that job." And you never know until you see their performance on screen. So you can't really say who is who's the best for this part. But I think that's where it's going to go. I think you see a brief glimpse of her in the trailer, and they're talking about the Jedi, and I think that's just like a red herring because she's not playing a Jedi; she's playing somebody that knows one. So And it I mean, the way that it seemed like that, they were watching it. It fits right in with the Sabine character that she was originally, where she's quick, and you think she's over here, but then something explodes over on the other side, and it's just it's to me, it's the only way that it's going to go. So I think she'll play Sabine.
Oh, I can definitely see her playing Sabine. And if you look at their, I mean, it could be. I know it can be different, but you look at their body types; they're both slender women. So like they fit. They have the same body type. She's not white. That's what a lot of the arguments over. Well, she's supposed to be Asian, or she's supposed to be whatever. And it's like, not taking away from anyone or saying that people can't have whatever jobs, but shit. In movies nowadays, we have girls. Girls replacing a character that was male. So it's like, why can you not have a black girl or whatever nationality she is? Because I heard that she might be have some Asian descent in her, or whatever the proper terms is. I don't know. So don't go ahead and kill me for that. That there might be some, something other than just, being black in her genetic makeup. But, it's like, that's where it gets kind of hard to tell, because even with that, and this is going to get way off topic, but, then like, even going into, like some of your superhero characters, which Batman, I would like to point out the fact that Batman is not a superhero. He has no superhuman powers.
Correct.
Just make sure that that's
money. He's rich.
Yeah, but you know what? Anybody can be rich or get rich. If Batman gave you his money, you can become Batman.
Right.
Superman can't give you his powers. Catwoman is not a superhero or a supervillain. She doesn't have any super. It's just So that's what I'm there. That's just that whole conversation's been struck up again. And that's the whole thing. It's like people that like Batman say, "Oh, it's fine, like him. He's a great comic book hero." But he started off in a comic book as a detective, not as a superhero. Then he kind of, he was morphed into, being a quote unquote superhero by people that like him, because they just don't want to see, their person or whatever. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, I go off on it. Come on, Chuck, you got to pull me in off my tangents.
I was listening. I was enjoying it.
But with, like, for example, I'm a white guy. I'm a white heterosexual guy. So, everyone, I'm not, don't take it any other way than that. But, for example, with X-Men, you have Storm. And in the comic books, Storm is black, and she is as dark as you can get. Black.
Right.
So when recently some actresses were said, "Hey, these are the people we're going to have for Storm," there were some people that said, they're not. She's too dark. She's not dark enough, or whatever. Which gets into. I understand the whole representation thing, but because she's lighter skinned or she's mixed, I don't really think that should disqualify her. Now, the people that are making the film, they should be able to say that, but the people watching the film really don't have a say in that. Just like if they wanted to make Wolverine a woman, we could say we don't like that. We're not going to go watch it, but you can't really say, there's that it can't be or whatever. It should be something different. So it's whatever whoever's making the movie or the film or whatever can do. So that's my 10-minute tangent on Sasha Banks and why she should be able to be whoever they want to make her. If they want to make her Princess Leia's daughter that she had secretly with Han Solo, 2 white parents, but she came out that color, so be it. They don't need to explain why. Crazier shits happen,
Right.
Everybody takes their genealogy things right now and finds out that I have 1%. I'm 1% Nigerian, or 1% this or that. Well, what if that 1% decides to pop out when I'm having a kid? For the first time in centuries. which actually does happen quite often with people that have that lineage much closer to them, and not the 1%. But that's why you get the two red hair ginger people that have the black baby, or the black baby, or the black parents that have the the ginger kid all of a sudden pops out. It's like, wait a second, it's like, and the mom's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's how it is. But yeah, so anyways, all right, cancel culture. See, this is where we can have a conversation. But I'm still right. Anyways, so I don't even know what's going on in the chat. I don't. The chat's got a mind, but that's fine. You know what? I love it when the chat's got a mind. People are having their own conversations. We're talking. That's the way it should be. Everybody's having fun and doing whatever they want to. I just get on my tangents and I forget to look at the chat, and then the next thing I know, it's full of Pauline and Space Jesus talking about God even knows what they're talking about. Batman again. Batman and Lando, I think. Batman and Lando had a baby, and Sabine Wren came out.
All right. Hey, you never know.
But yeah, so that's just my long tangent of nothingness going on about so it's like she could be, or they said, oh, she could be an inquisitor. That's great, but I don't really know why they would be an inquisitor, because if the inquisitors knew about Baby Yoda being there, they would just go in force and kill Baby Yoda or take Baby Yoda back. The thing that I'm really interested in is what's going to happen with Moff Gideon.
And I'm not sure if that will be resolved in this one or not. I think you'll get a brief shot of Sabine. I think that we're going to learn a lot more about how Gideon got the Darksaber. And I think probably in season 3, we'll see Sabine reclaim the Darksaber, and she will be the one that will become the ruler, is what I think anyway. So, of course, this is all speculation. Don't anybody come at me at on Twitter. Oh, you're can't believe you think that. It's just speculation, just having fun.
And that's what the funny thing is we have to say, you're one of the freaking nicest guys in the world, that you have to say, please don't at me, because I'm just talking here, because that's the way Twitter has become over the last couple of years, where I've already had my brush ups here and there with it, and some have been, well, I don't even say justified, but a couple months ago I called somebody out because they were just making shit up completely about comic books, and it's like, then that turned into a complete, I talked about this the other day, it turned into a complete, oh, my feelings aren't valid. Your feelings are valid, but you can't make shit up, for whatever you're trying to prove or whatever your agenda is. And then that just went on to a whole thing. And then recently with some stuff with Rural Farm Boy, but that was all addressed in the septic tank the other night, because Kylo Customs came on here and broke his silence about what he knew to be true. So that kind of set that straight, or prove that other person involved, not being Rural Farm Boy, that Reaper Girl was just lying and doing it all for attention. But anyways, to get back to the good stuff, trying to be sidetracked again about that. So all right, so Moff Gideon. I don't know. See, I don't really know. Is he gonna get Baby Yoda, and then we gotta go back and try and that's what the next episode or two are about, is getting Baby Yoda back, and then trying to go find the other Jedi. But does Sabine have to help get it back? Or
I don't think so. I think there's going to be another villain that will probably, I say villain, but use that term loosely. There'll be somebody else that's going to take that banner, because Moff Gideon's going to have his hands full with Sabine. I think that you'll see or Sabine recognize this Darksaber and then go after him because it's not rightfully his. It doesn't belong to him. He just, and we'll see how he got it. But I think she's going to go off after introducing Ahsoka to Mando. Then she's going to go after Gideon and try to reclaim the Darksaber. Then I think you'll have somebody else that is that will lead the charge in order to try to capture Baby Yoda. I don't, and that's the crazy thing is I have no idea. I can't even really speculate on the end game. Because we don't know anything beyond. It's not mentioned anywhere else about another Yoda type species, and that at least in the books that I've read, it's definitely not in any of the other movies. Here's where they're going with it. No speculation whatsoever. So it's really kind of hard to, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know what they're going to do, and that to me makes it even more interesting because we don't know. There's that period of time where there's we know nothing about, and then how are they going to tie it all together? And that's the fun part.
Yeah, well, that's what I've had conversations about, and George Lucas never wanted it to be known, and now he doesn't own Star Wars or Lucasfilm anymore, so he really has no say. But look at who his protege is, and he still idolizes him. So chances are, if he's the one who, obviously he doesn't have final say, but if he's the one who is trying to or make the stories that we have, then he's not going to put that in there. And I think he would even say, if they said if Lucasfilm or Disney or whoever it is, whatever you want to call them, who's ever in charge, says, hey, we want Baby Yoda's. We want the Yoda species story. Give it to us. He might say no. Screw you guys. I'm not doing it anymore. No more Star Wars coming for me. They're gonna be like, but you're giving us the best Star Wars we've ever had. And he's gonna be like, yeah. So guess what? I'll keep doing it, but there's no Baby Yoda story, or there's no Yoda Home Planet story. Or he might not. I don't know. Once again, it's complete speculation because I'm not in his mind. He still talks to George Lucas on a regular basis or regular enough basis that George might say, I'm not even going to try and do an impression of him. But hey, don't put Baby Yoda story or don't do the Yoda backstory in there or the Home Planet or whatever. He might say, okay, George, all right, I got you. So that probably won't come into play. But there's just so many options still that we have no idea where they're going to go. Like even with Gideon, what's going to happen, and we don't even know if Sabine's in it. We know Sasha Banks is in it, but is it Sabine?
Right.
And why not? Just a thing. Sabine might not be in it. Sasha Banks could be playing a nobody that we've never heard of, or just coming in to hop in and say, hey, what's going on? All right, fine, I'm out. And then everybody's like, wait, she's a nobody? You tricked us. Well, it's not really a trick. You just ran through crazy with speculation.
Right.
But here we go. Space Jesus. What about Gideon and Karga being brothers?
Could be, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't heard that before. Space Jesus, I haven't heard you say that anywhere else either. So, not that that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I don't know. Just because they're both black, is that your only reasoning behind it? Which in Star Wars, that might be all you need. I'm not really sure, but we're still waiting to find out if Jannah is Lando's daughter, which, according to this book, it doesn't come out and say it, but she was kidnapped from her parents at the exact same time that Lando's daughter was kidnapped. So
See, I don't think she is, but I think that they threw that in there. It's just, I think that's it's convenience. It's along the same lines of Rey looking for her parents, and she finds Han Solo, and and Leia, and so I think Jana is she got kidnapped around the same time as Lando's kid, but I think that it fits way too nicely for that to be the case. I think that they're both looking for that, that parental figure and that child figure, and they could find it in themselves he'll help her go and find, what happened to her family, effectively becoming, a Calrissian the same way that Rey became a Skywalker.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of I guess, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it is because it would just make the most sense, but it doesn't always have to make the most sense. And that was one of the things too. It's like, oh, of course, because just like Finn had to be Lando's son because he was black, and we don't have black people in Star Wars. It's like, well, yeah, there was not a lot of black people in sci-fi movies back in the original trilogy, and then there was a couple in the prequels, and now they're starting to get their representation and get the actors in there. Probably not as much as they should, but it should happen a lot more often. But going with the entertainment industry as a whole, I think it's doing pretty well for itself. And then there was something else too. Space Jesus, I know if anybody can participate in the stream. Yeah. So Monday nights, I kind of do I do one person, and I shouldn't say it like that. I have one person on the show. That's Charlie, and then towards the end of it, I bring more people on if they want to come on or if they have questions. And then after he leaves, anybody can come on and we'll chat for a little while. But Saturday nights is our big free for all where anybody can come in and we just talk about anything. And it's usually Star Wars. Sometimes it's not. So feel free to hang out with us a little while. And then, if you have any more questions for Charlie, go ahead and ask him or myself. And then once he leaves, I'll put the link on there and everybody can come in. And there's always super chats too. Don't forget about those super chats. I haven't had one of those in months.
Super chat.
I guess I should be pumping those more and telling everybody, make sure you give me those super chats. I need the money. I don't make any money off that YouTube.
I was going to say, I don't even know what I know what they are, but I don't even know how that works. So
it's there's a little $ above the comments, and you click on it, and you can leave anywhere between, I don't know what it is. It's like $1 or $2 to a couple $100 or whatever it is. And basically it highlights your question or your comment that you leave in the chat, so that if it's busy, I don't see it. But if all of a sudden this big green one comes across and on the screen it says super chat, then I see your chat. So
okay.
It's meant for those people that can actually make money doing this. Trust me, if I could sit here and talk about Star Wars all day long, that's why I'm on Live It Now, because I'm actually making some decent money live streaming over there. Like today, I baked a cake and I made some pierogies and I just live streamed it, and nothing to do with Star Wars, except I had a Star Wars apron. I live streamed it, and you build up likes, you build up things like that, and then at the end of the month, depending on how many I have and how everything goes, I'll get a nice little a check from them. And,
nice.
A nice little one. Hopefully someday in the future it'll be a lot nicer. But
right. All right. So here's a question for you. Back on Mandalorian.
Yeah,
so we see a lot of different locations that they show in there, and Space Jesus there has kind of made a reference to it about the water planet. Do you think, is that Mon Cala, or is that going to be something new that you think that we're going to see?
I think it's going to be something new. Oh, did I show you guys my T-shirt? It's hang on, because I found something too.
That's awesome.
For those of you that are listening, it is Cookie the Hut. It's Cookie Monster and turned into Jabba the Hutt. Well, I don't know what I'm doing now. I just almost just turned off the show. But yeah, I'll get back to that question really quick. But this gives a Luke timeline. It just does the same thing. Okay, so here we go. 30 BSI. Luke begins training Leia in ways of the Force, but she halts the process. We know that because she was pregnant. But 29 BSI. Luke begins traveling the galaxy, accumulating fragment Force lore. So there's a good chance that he was already traveling the galaxy trying to find pieces of Force lore, whether it be Jedi or Sith.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a good chance that, they could try and find him some way also. But we also have then, all right, so getting back, I think that they're going to try and stick. They're not going to give us a lot of planets because they don't want to confuse people, because it's not about us. It's about the people that they want to watch this sitcom show, whatever the hell you want to call it. And this show is the launching ground for the Ahsoka show. So they're going to have Ahsoka in this season. She's not going to play a major part. She's going to be in there, for a little bit, because you can't take away from Baby Yoda. You can't take away from Din Djarin. Just like if Boba Fett is in this, you can't have Boba Fett and Din Djarin fight, or a big fight, like we all think it should be, because number one, Boba Fett would win. And number two, that Boba Fett thing, even if Boba Fett loses, is going to take away from the whole Mandalorian thing. So they have to be very careful what they do with Boba Fett if he is in it. And that's just because he's known. So everybody knows who Boba Fett is, even especially those people that say, I'm a Star Wars fan. Oh, who's that guy, Darth Vader? Oh yeah, Darth Vader. Yep, that's right. But they might not know Boba Fett by name, but they know what he looks like. Or it's just kind of he's more well known. It depends your level of craziness with Star Wars. If you're a normal person, or you're like us, that instead of watching the football game, are sitting here talking about what might happen at a TV show that happens in space with laser swords or whatever. But yeah, so I just think that they will introduce some more stuff, but it's going to be slowly, and it's not going to be necessarily a lot, because once you start putting more planets in there, or more than people know, or they can make a reference to maybe, however they're going to, they can make a reference to the Monkal planet, or we have an underwater planet, maybe it's Naboo. Why can't it be Naboo for underwater planet? So they can make some type of reference so that that it's from the prequels, or they can run across, we don't know who this Padme woman is, or who's Padme, we don't know. All right, there you go. You people can at me because I always put an A in Padme, and I spell it Padme because that's how her name should be, and she's going to be my future ex-wife someday. So just deal with it. But yeah, so it's like it's just it's like KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You got to keep it simple, because not everybody's like us, and like I don't even know if my dad's seen every Star Wars movie, and he'll turn them on when they're on TBS or USA or whatever channel they're on, but he doesn't watch them. They're on in the background while he's reading the paper or on the computer or doing whatever. So he's probably seen them 100 times, but couldn't tell you anything more than very quickly what happened, or he's watched them once or twice while they're on TV. But
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that. But I mean, you got to keep it. If we were making it for ourselves, oh God, there would be so much lore in there and everything. That's kind of why the books are so good, because the books are for Star Wars fans and diehard Star Wars fans that are gonna decide. It sounds kind of stupid. The Star Wars books are for Star Wars fans that are going to read the Star Wars books. Well, anybody's going to watch a Star Wars movie. Anybody's going to watch a Star Wars TV show. And when I say anybody, I mean normal people that like Star Wars or whatever it happens to be. But it's not going to be, so you got to figure out who is you're really doing it for.
Right.
And like I say, your buddy Roe. I say it like that because him and I always argue. I say, they make the most money off of the normal fans or the casual fans. And he says, no, it's the diehards. And it's like, well, no, because you put 200 people in a theater. He's like, well, yeah, but how many people do you know see the movie 20 times? Okay, so those 200 people or those 20 people fill that theater once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
But the normal people fill that theater 50 times. So those normal people are going to, are the ones that are driving the tickets to the movies, and that's what Disney Plus really needs. But it's until someone comes out with direct facts to prove that I'm right and he's wrong, he's always going to think that he's right. So,
as we said, it's Star Wars is the master behind getting people to tune in. There were so many shots in that trailer that probably reminded people, just like it did me, of things that we've already seen. There was the ice planet. My theory was, hey, if they're going after Luke, that ice planet could be Hoth, or is it going to be Ilum, where it's the Starkiller base before it's being built because of all the kyber crystals that were harvested there. It's there's but for most people it's just going to be, it's an ice planet. We'll get it because it's like we already have all this speculation. The water planet, was it Keef Bar? That was where the Death Star wreckage was. Is it Mon Cala that that Star Wars fans, deep Star Wars fans would know that it's a water planet, or is it something going to be something new? Well, the casual fans don't care. Hey, let's see, watch this. There's going to be a battle right there at the sea, and man, it looks like it's an episode of Deadliest Catch gone crazy. And people will get into the seats. We'll sit through it and watch it 1,500 times, trying to glean every little ounce and nugget of information that we can from it, and speculate on what does it mean. And you'll have a lot of the casual fans are just like, man, that was a great show, awesome. What's next? And then they'll watch the next Star Wars show, but they're not going to be able to sit and debate on the deeper meanings of it.
Well, I've told this story numerous times that I've seen every Disney era Star Wars film with my dad in theaters, and I'm always happy to be home in Buffalo at that time, whether it's Christmas or my birthday, so it always works out. Or it lasts for 6 months in the theater, so whatever it is. And when I went to go see The Rise of Skywalker, afterwards I was like, so what did you think about this? It's like, yeah, what do you think about, like, asking them all the questions that we all go crazy over or people talk about? And, he was just like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, Palpatine's back. Well, yeah, they said he came back. I was like, well, yeah, don't you want to know why or how? Bloodlines. Excellent.
Oh, sorry. I was, Pauline was, mentioned it in the comments, and I had it right here next to me. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so, he's like, well, no. And I was like, well, what about this? And what about, he's like, well, no, that's what they told us. So he's going to like a movie, like anybody else going into a movie being like, but because it's Star Wars, someone's getting a little nutty and a little crazy. And it's like, well, I need to know why, and I need to know this, and I need to know that, and everything. And it's just like, because they told us is a viable answer.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it was retconned. Did you go and see, Thanks, Pauline. My birthday was in February, though, so it's quite belated. Maybe I misrepresented what my birthday was. But thank you, Pauline. It's like when you went to go see Star Wars for the first time in the theater, did you say, well, how does that lightsaber work? Due to physics, it's impossible for it to work. Just things of that nature. Like, no, you just accept it to be real. And, how come, this person's doing this or this person's doing that? And it's like, it goes against the laws of physics because it's a movie, dude. But for some reason, you lost touch with reality and decided that these movies are real life. That's why you can't. Oh yeah, Pauline, it was Rural Farm Boy's birthday last week or this weekend or sometime last week or so. That might be what you're thinking of. But yeah, so it's just it's just kind of silly things like that, and the normal people are just like, because it was a movie, that's why they told us that's what happened. That's what it was. There was something else I was going to say too, but I forgot what. Oh, and the other, yeah. So you said something about misdirection earlier, and it's like did anyone see the Rogue One trailer when it came out? Because none of that stuff in that trailer happened in the movie.
Right.
Or 85% of it was not in the movie. So if you're going in thinking, okay, we're going to see this, we're going to see that, that doesn't happen. And my other thing is too, I said, so the trailer they gave us, we see the Silver Crest being chased by 2 X-Wings. But how do we know who's in the Silver Crest? It's completely reasonable that someone stole the Razor Crest and Din Djarin and someone else hop in an X-Wing to try and get it back. Maybe because it's got his bounties in the back of it still. Or maybe Baby Yoda's in there and they got to go get it back, but they can't just shoot it down because Baby Yoda's in there, so they have to carefully make it crash land or something like that. And then after it does crash land, that's why it's hidden in the cave, because they have to hide it for whatever reason. I mean, there's just so many possibilities that we think they're hiding, but then again, what did he do that is making the X-Wings chase him and shoot him down?
Right.
Well, maybe it was his ship that went to the prison and broke out the prisoners. So maybe they know that ship and they saw it somewhere on whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is him. Okay, let's go. Let's go shoot him down." So I mean, maybe that's the reason why. And and once again, it's still all what ifs and whatever until that first episode comes out. But then that first episode, they're still going to tell us shit, and we're still gonna try and figure out like what's going on. I mean, it's just because that's good storytelling, that's good TV. If they tell us everything, if they tell us everything, why are we even going to watch it? I mean, we're going to watch it, but the normal people aren't. They have to entice them and bring them in. So.
Yeah, I mean, look at the whole first season. I mean, yeah, we have some characters, but we know nothing. We don't know exactly. We don't know what's what. We have a bunch of speculation, but they haven't confirmed a thing in the first season other than introduce some characters. We don't know what the plot is. We don't know what they're supposed to be doing, and we probably won't find out until the very end. And we might get bits and pieces here and there. But for the most part, keep us guessing, and and we just keep eating it. And God love them. It's great. I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Well, that's the other thing too with the misdirection. It's like we see Din Djarin walking up to Greef Karga and Cara Dune, and then we hear him say that he needs to go find the more Mandalorians. Well, that doesn't mean that is said at that time. It's very easy to do, to overlay a sound on a picture, and they have nothing to do with each other. But
absolutely,
it makes great TV. We don't even know who he's talking to. He doesn't have to be even talking to them. He could have. It could be the the armorer. He finally found the armorer, and if the armorer's still alive, and that's what she's saying to him, and he's saying it back to her as a statement question, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so you really have no idea. Just because they're showing us something and we're hearing something doesn't mean at all that is what's happening.
Yeah, context is the key, and we have no context. All we have is just some words and some pictures, and thanks to J.J. Abrams, we really have no idea what's going on. You never know if anything's going, if that's the way it's going to go. He was the master of putting dialogue over different scenes that either one doesn't show up in the movie, or is completely different and has a whole new meaning, once you actually see it in context. So,
yeah, I think it's. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be great, like it was the first time around. It's rumored that it's going to be, similar in length each episode. And the first one, I believe, is about 50 minutes long. I read somewhere. Once again, I don't think that came from Disney or Lucasfilm. But if it is, that would mean they're all going to be about, I'm going to guess, 45 to 55 minutes, or somewhere around the 50-minute mark, which is great because it's an extra, 5 to 10 minutes longer of episodes, or even more. So it's even more Baby Yoda story that we get. And I just think it's kind of, right now they're in the endless possibility era, and right around the corner too, we didn't even get a chance to talk about the High Republic yet.
Right.
Because that's going to be unfortunately I am getting screener copies or advanced copies of some books, but I don't have that yet with I guess it would be Del Rey. I have it with DK and Disney, Lucasfilm Publishing, and so it's like I got the new Pablo Hidalgo book. I got that, but I got it 4 or 5 days after the book came out, which is great. I got a book that for a screen one that I can now do a review on. I didn't have to pay for. I would have had the book 4 or 5 days sooner, but I had to pay $20 or $30. And there's some more books coming up in the future that I'm going to hopefully get some screener copies for. And I'm at the bottom of the list of screener copies because it's just the way it is. You start off low, and then eventually, hopefully, I can work my way up and get some more copies and some more books. And I do have the option of getting some online books, but I hate reading online. But if that means I can get the books for High Republic way in advance, then I'm going to get those, and I'm going to force myself to read online. But I'm way behind even on those books because just trying to get everything in my life situated and figured out between doctors and Livets and YouTubes and Patreons and redoing things and offices and whatever it happens to be. But I'm trying to get now. Oh, that's the other thing too. What's really messed up my life is I got the Oculus 2.
Oh, nice.
And that's I need to figure out. I know how to get it to stream onto the screen if I have the game or have it on. So like I can use, for example, I bought Vader Mortal 1, 2, and 3. And my idea was to put them on, to play them and put them on YouTube while I do it for Halloween and do half of one each day or do one each day depending on how long it's going to be. But I bought them with Oculus. If I would have bought them with Steam, I could do it. It wouldn't be a problem. But with Oculus, there's no sound, so I have to buy a separate wireless microphone, like that I would clip on my shirt, and then that picks up the sound off of my headphone or off of the system, because the system just has speakers and it doesn't have earphones, so that will pick it up. So I have to go ahead and get that, which I'm trying to figure out a way around it, talking to some people if there's any other viable option. And it's like, well, I could buy Chromecast. I don't even know how much that costs or how that is. But I could buy Chromecast, and then that's fine. But then you have to do this and that and another thing, and it's just like, oh man. If I would have just, if I would have known that, I could have just, bought it with Steam, and I would have had to deal with it. But then if I go somewhere else, if I go, let's say I'm going to Celebration next year, or 2 years from now, and Chuck Skywalker's there, and he says, "Oh, gee, I've never played Vader Immortal." I go, "Hey, yeah, check this out. Put this on, boom," and invite you back to my hotel room to play some Oculus Quest. That sounds kind of dirty, but I don't have my computer with me, so like, boom, there you go, and you have it to do there. That's not why I bought it. That I didn't really know, but it's just trying to get those few things figured out. If I can figure that out, there's going to be some Vader Immortal going on for a few days before Halloween.
Nice. So, did you pick up Squadrons?
I did. I have not played it in VR yet, though.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I turned it on yesterday, and got it when I got it linked up. When I got, so I can right now. I can put Squadrons on. You want me to show you what it looks like in VR? I can show you what it looks like in VR if you want.
Cool.
All right, let's see here. Maybe.
While you're doing that, did you ever see my finished helmet, Inferno Squad helmet?
I did not.
I'm just going to do the rest of the podcast in this thing.
That's awesome. Go ahead and do it, man. That is awesome, bro. Hang on, I gotta go get it.
So, how's everybody in the chat doing? Just have to switch screens here real quick.
All right, I'm back.
All right, there we go.
Let me see if I can do this now. Play, launch VR, play.
Stay on target. Mind blowing.
All right, so yeah, it's setting up. I got to make sure it will work, but
Not a problem. Yeah. Oh, here's.
I didn't realize it takes this long, or I would have.
It's all right. Not a problem. I can keep people entertained while that's going. So here is my Inferno Squad flight suit.
Or later, but.
Well, my suit's slowly coming together. I still have to finish the chest box, which is semi-painted. I just have to put on all the little pieces, all the grommets and everything that goes on here. Get some hoses. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that attaches, and then I have the chest piece to wear as well. The only thing I don't have are the boots, and the boots are rather expensive, so I kind of held off on those. How are we looking there, Condor?
Yeah, it's still. I guess it takes a little bit longer than I thought to do this.
But yeah, it's Oculus is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing on it.
All right, I still have no idea what's going on. It's just keeps says measuring bandwidth. It's telling me I have 5 gigahertz at 30 Mbps. So I don't know. I'll leave that here and see what happens.
It kind of reminded me of the scene from Back to the Future where
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Where the telephones come in and they're all wearing the visors, and you have young Elijah Wood that's there. You have to use your hands? That's lame. Gotta love VR though.
Oh, I have honestly, I'll go to put it on, and then like, I've been playing. There's a fishing game, and it's like you're really fishing, or as close as it can be. And the next thing you know, like 6 hours has passed, and it's like, oh wow, probably go to bed. I put it on at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for just a couple of minutes, and you know.
Yeah, it's you know, sometimes things like that drive my wife nuts as well. I'll get in starting to do something, and she's like, "Well, aren't you done yet?" And I'm like, "Well, no." She's like, "It's been 4 hours," and you know, so it's like, oh, I didn't realize it was that long. Oh, okay, well, I guess I need to go then. But yeah, you know, just fun and excitement in Star Wars land. Now, while you're figuring that out, I'll start talking to people in the chat. Yeah, Keel, things are going well. Just kind of hanging out and trying to keep up with all things Star Wars here. You know, health-wise, everybody's doing well. It's kind of a weird time here in New Mexico. We're having an odd cold snap. Like today, or no, tomorrow, the high is 28 and it's supposed to snow. That doesn't normally happen here in the desert this early. It's normally like late January or February where we might get some snow here. So you know, it's kind of, everyone's kind of scrambled out. You know, it's all the milk, bread, and toilet paper, and eggs are gone from the store shelves. Everyone goes into a panic, but it's all right. Thankfully, I'm going to work from home tomorrow. But yeah, it's you know, crazy times out here in Roswell, New Mexico. You know, it's not just the aliens that are crazy, the people are too. But yeah, yeah. As far as you know, the podcast goes, still plugging away. Planning a lot more than recording, unfortunately. Like I said before, I do have episode that I've recorded once, and I'm gonna have to re-record it because something happened on my guitar. What's that called? Program. GarageBand that I used to record. It only recorded half the audio. So if my head was turned a specific way, you lost all sound, and yeah, it just was really odd. So I still have my notes. I'll re-record that hopefully this week and have it up by this weekend. It's a podcast about the paranormal, in time for Halloween, and how it correlates to Star Wars, because we see a lot of that happening in the Star Wars universe with Force ghosts and things being able to be moved around, and some people can see it, some people cannot. The whole idea of the Force as well being almost like a paranormal gift. So I get into that quite extensively. I also have quite a few questions that I got from Twitter that I'll answer on there regarding paranormal stuff. I used to be a paranormal investigator with the TAPS organization, like the show Ghost Hunters from years ago. I think they're actually trying to revive that show. But I used to know those guys that did that and investigated with them a little. So I have a little bit of background, at least in the paranormal activity realm. So almost a little expert there. Do I watch I have not seen that one. I've heard of it, but I have not seen it yet.
You might be getting closer. We're not getting further, anyways. That's the important thing. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, shit. Oh my God, what happened? Oh, I just did something bad. I don't know what I did.
Uh-oh.
There we go. That should be it. Okay. I'm still not really sure what I'm doing. So, I'm just gonna do story mode just to show you guys.
Yeah, Squadrons is pretty cool. I really enjoy it. I'm not very far into a rank yet. I've been kind of doing the story mode, and you don't rank up doing the story. I've done a few matches here and there, but yeah, I'm hoping that sometime soon we'll get like the Red 5 team together and be able to play. Loading, loading, loading. You're going around in circles. Right turn, Clyde.
I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so that's the other thing too. Like you can see my screen, right? Like so, I'm looking at the screen. Like there's I can be like, okay, let's see what's on. I mean, it didn't do anything for you, but like right now, I'm reading StarWars.com. So I no longer need my mouse or my controller. I have everything here. You can't see that because I didn't switch windows or whatever, but
right.
All right, so I don't know why it's doing this.
Maybe I don't know. Normally, it's a controller issue if it's just going in one direction.
Well, I think I know. I think I know. No, all right. So,
yeah, for those that are in the chat that might not know about Star Wars Squadrons, it's a almost a callback or a reimagining of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, the old PC game. Then I think they actually put it on the Xbox as well. But you take turns, flying missions for either the New Republic or for the Empire. And that's through the story mode. And then you also have 5-on-5 dogfights that you could do against other people, where you can either join a squadron or you can get you and 4 other people to join up together and do battle against somebody else. You can pick whichever side that you want, whether you want to be New Republic or the Empire. You also have a choice of 1, 2, 3, I believe 5 different spacecraft on each side. TIE Fighter, TIE Interceptor, there's the TIE Bomber, and another support vehicle as well. For the New Republic side, you have the B-Wing, I believe it's a B-Wing, X-Wing, Y-Wing, and a U-Wing. So it's, hey, it stopped spinning. There we go. Yeah, but you're getting shot. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially if you get together with a bunch of people. Similar, and I believe that's where they got the main engine from, Kilo. They just really added to it and give you a lot more control of the fighter itself, as well as its loadout. You can change your, whether it's the torpedoes or concussion grenades or lots of, whether it's a single fire or multi-burst action. You can also, he got blowed up.
All right, now let's see.
But yeah, that's where they got the main model from, was from the Starfighter mode in Battlefront.
All right. Well, here we go. All right. So this is what it looks like in VR.
There you go. Turn them engines on.
Yeah. Something happened, but so I mean, at least I've shown you a little bit of what it looks like. I need to figure a couple things out more, I guess. Well, that shows me there. VR isn't showing me there. Something's going on with the VR because the VR is frozen.
Uh-oh.
And it's not responding. So I can't see your screen. So I'm not sure what you have showing.
Right now it just shows you heading right into the capital ship.
And I just ran into it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my own ship, but yeah, it's frozen. For some reason, my Oculus is frozen, and I don't know why.
Huh.
That's something I'm going to have to look into. But I mean, so this is what it looks like in VR. It's a little bit better than the regular game, I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty sharp.
I mean, this is This is the ship I'm supposed to be attacking right here.
Yeah, it looks like a medical frigate.
But I mean, I'm going to get blown up here. But I mean, the detail is just so much better. And yeah, so I just need to figure out what to do with that so I can stream that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's where it's at, man. You know, and then buy some Funko Pops for the cockpit like they have in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to crash right here too. But you'll see I'm about to die, I think. Yeah, it's still not working properly with the Oculus, so I don't know. There's got to be something. Maybe if I'm sitting here, if I plugged it in. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll have it fixed for next week or for some other time this week when I do it.
Very nice.
I mean, it's just so much. Obviously, you're getting a better. It's better than regular, but not as good as what I'm seeing because it's still showing on the. It's not 3D on the screen, but it's better than the regular one, I guess. I don't know, but all right. So there we go. We'll need to work on that a little bit. Where am I?
All right, it showed your computer screen right now. Never-ending windows. There we are.
All right.
All right. Well, that was an adventure.
All right. Is that better now? Nope. All right. Nope.
Nope, you look good there. Other than your hat's a little askew, but that's all right. You must have some lag issues after putting in the VR.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
All right. Are we good now?
I can hear you.
Okay. No, all right. So I know what I did. So like I was showing you, I have a 2-monitor system now. I'm still trying to work on that. That's I was trying to figure. Yeah. So I have a 2-monitor system. So for those of you that don't know, when you're using 2-monitor systems, you can either make it one big screen, but since I have a 27-inch screen and then I have my laptop that I'm using as a second screen, I need to go to the top and pull the windows over and put them on that second screen or whatever I want to open and have it already open there. So I opened it on the small screen and then on the big screen. So I had it open twice, so I was getting an echo. But we're good. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty soon I'll be able to stream that once I get it figured out how. And it just looks better than the regular one. That one wasn't so good just because I was still trying to figure it out. But yeah. Well, I guess that's probably about it for today. Unless you have something else you want to talk about.
No, I think that's it's about got me all talked out for this edition anyway. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, come Friday. Can't wait for that. It's going to be interesting. So
you can hang out if you want. I'm just going to end this for the podcast part, and then I got a couple boxes to open if you want to stick around for it.
Yeah, I got to make sure all the kids are ready for bed and all that kind of stuff like that as well. So I'll be signing off, but I'll catch the end of it on the recap and see what you unbox there.
Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. It was a blast. It's always fun to talk Star Wars.
Well, I mean, you're always welcome, and I know you haven't been around too much because you've been dealing with some other things, and I feel bad because I probably don't check in with you as much as I should. But every once in a while, I send you a message and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Making sure you're still, alive there. Haven't killed anybody yet. The aliens didn't get you. The aliens didn't get you at Area 51.
No, not quite yet.
Or anything. But yeah. I mean, you were one of the, like I said at the beginning of the show, you were one of the first people that were coming around here before it was even the Bacta tank or before the septic tank was even in existence. And I would just turn it on and we just sit around and shoot the shit. And yeah. So you're always welcome. Hopefully you're feeling a little better. And that's kind of the same way that Kylo was. Kylo was a little bit under the weather. And obviously when I say a little bit under the weather, if you can't even show up for, I was going to sound really bad, but if you're not showing up for, hanging out with your friends, it's a little bit more serious than a little bit under the weather. But he can talk, he's talked about the ailments he's had, and you have to, you can get into the details of that. I don't, it's not my place to. But yeah, so, if he's not even showing up for these things and whatever, Christina hasn't been around because she's been working and she works every night. So even, when she does have time that she could actually show up, she's going to bed. So, but all right, Charlie, thank you very much for stopping by. And
absolutely,
make sure,
it's been a pleasure.
I will put your link to your YouTube channel in the description or in the comments or whatever the hell it is. And I believe I have you as a sponsored channel on mine. If you go to the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network, there's a couple people on the side that have that I have as featured people. I think you're one of them. If not, I'll make sure. If not, I'll make sure you are. Or somebody remind me because I'll forget after this because I have 10 things to do after this. But
always.
All right, Charlie. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Absolutely, and thanks to everybody in the chat. It was a blast, and look forward to seeing you around.
All right. May the force be with you. Okay, everyone. That was Charlie Skywalker. I was going to say something funny like, hey, if anybody knows his real name, let me know. But we'll just go with Charlie Skywalker or Red 5 Charlie. or whatever the hell he goes by. Yeah, like Pauline says, sorry to hear, Charlie and Kyle. Hope you feel better. Listen, I got the virus, and they're trying to tell me I'm going to never be okay, and I still show up for these shows, okay? I don't want to hear any of this crap. You're not feeling good. You can't make it, all right? Oh, boo-hoo. I'm joking. See, like, people that don't know me would be like, oh, my God, what an asshole. But, you know, it's just me. See, and the great thing about this is I can edit that part out and just be like, hey, everybody, that never happened. So if you're listening to the podcast, I'm really a nice guy. So blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this this OBS system. And see, now we go back. I'm gonna cut all this shit out, and we'll just be like, so that was Charlie Skywalker, and you can find him on Twitter at Charlie Skywalker, or I believe he's Red5 Charlie or something like that. But I'll put the link in the description, or podcast version. I'll put it in there so you can just click onto that. And he has Star Wars Through the Ages for his YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. With that, I say good day. May the Force be with you. Always. Boom! All right. So yeah, I really need to I need to stop freaking playing this fishing game. But at first I was just trying to get to the highest level so I could get the sea fish. That doesn't even sound right. The saltwater fish unlocked, and then all of a sudden, so it's like, all right, I got to catch bass. Bass are the hard fish to catch. Blah blah, going through like regular fish or whatever, and then you get to the the level where you're at fishing in the ocean. It's like you catch all these other fish, and I'm like, man, why is it so? Why it's so easy? Blah blah. Yeah, then you get to where you're catching like marlins and shit like that, where 1 out of every 20 casts, a marlin will bite your line, and 1 out of 50 times you might be able to bring it in. But literally, dude, this is going to be my workout. This game. This is how I'm going to lose all my weight. And you might think I'm crazy, but I fought this fish for about 15 minutes the other day. I'm going to put this game. I'm going to record it once I get it all figured out how I can do it. I'm going to record it, and I'm just going to put little excerpts up, like, here's me catching a marlin. Here's me catching a sea bass, and you're going to see it sounds stupid, but it's like this. So I got my thing on, and here's my fishing pole, and here's this one, and I'm just going like this. And I make these sounds too. I'm usually swearing, or I'm really quiet, and so it's just like this. So I mean, imagine, it doesn't sound like much, but they make those. You go to the gym and they make those bicycle things, right? Where you go like this and you just go like this. I mean, so just imagine yourself going like this, well, only one-handed. I'm gonna have to start using the other hand too, otherwise I'm gonna get like, I don't know what happens. But I mean, just do that for 10 minutes. Boom. I mean, it's a little bit of a workout. And you do that for a couple hours a day. Like now Danielle can't get mad at me for playing video games. I'm exercising. It's like the Wii, but for your arms. Not so much, but we're going to go with it. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. And we'll see what else is up with it. But I'll have to check too, maybe. Do I have this on the right? Yeah, it's on my 5G. And here is here's a link if anybody wants to hop on here and see what's up. So we do have a couple things to open. I don't know if Kylo's here, if he wants to stop by. If he doesn't want to stop by, we'll see what's up. make sure everybody, if you're here, make sure you're subscribed. Tell people to subscribe, man. Get my numbers up there. Let's get some more people watching, and let's do everything we can and stuff. So these things are all important to us. Well, I know Kyle's there. Or not. Space Jesus, you asked. You said you want to get involved. You can hop on here if you want. The link's on there. But yeah. So I actually I opened up some really good stuff on the septic tank the other day. We usually don't open stuff up on the septic tank, but it had been a while since we had Kylo on and Little Farm Boy, and just go ahead and watch the episode. I don't want to talk again about it, but Kylo aired the dirty laundry about people of the fandom that have been let's say not so honest about things just to sell freaking t-shirts because they're scumbags. But all right, well, then Pauline already asked. But yeah, so I'll tell you really quick. I think the other day, I don't know. What did I open? Oh, I opened up the new book that came out. It's in the other room right now. It's a completely blue cover. It's the new Pablo Hidalgo book. I know I opened that, and I got this guy. So the price had dropped on it enough, and I figured, well, we should be good. Even if it does end up dropping even more, I still got it. I got it at a lower price than I got this I got it at a lower price than, let's say, I don't know, maybe a friend of mine who might have hopped to the chat way lower than he got it. I don't know why it was so low, especially since it's the Star Wars Celebration sticker and it wasn't open. Yeah, this is the Boba Fett from the Ralph McQuarrie. So yeah, Space Jesus, I have the three of them, other three behind me. I did videos on the other three, but I haven't done one on that. I got a bunch of videos I still need to make. I need to get this place cleaned up. It's not dirty. It's just kind of messy, and not messy dirty. It's just like there's boxes all over today, and then I had a leak, which fucked up an entire box of Black Series figures I had. The water damage I don't think is too bad. And I was like, shit, I'm going to have to replace these. It's like $300 to replace them all. And I was like, you know what? It's not. Whatever, dude. I can still, I think I might, on my wall, I might hang up some figures over there. That should be able to do quite a bit. But then I got to figure out if I want to get the first one. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, we got holograms on here. I just posted a link, Andy, if you want to hop on here and chat with me. So basically what it is, so I've been trying to get my landlord to fix this for a little while. There's something wrong with, it's not the window itself, it's with the frame, where the frame goes into the wall or the windowsill, and the water comes in and runs down. and it hasn't been that bad, but the last couple of times it's gotten really bad, where it's actually pooling on the floor. But it was dripping, and now it's gone from just a drip to kind of like a steady, can't really say it's flowing, but whatever. And it just splashed enough onto these figures that they're going to have some water damage on the packaging. Only one of them needs to be replaced because I went to go pick it up and it just came right off the card. But yeah, so yeah, Andy, if you want to come by, we'll talk about the. I know you probably did it on your show already. The new Mando Monday stuff that came out. But all right, so let's see. What do we got? There's my address. Somebody said it already. Who was here? Pauline. I thought I had this book already. I'll have to check and see. I have to find out. Do they have like a database where I can just go and stream all the ISBN numbers so I know if I have a book or not? Because it's getting to the point where I don't know. But this book right here, The Gospel According to Star Wars. I really think I have this book. I'm gonna have to check on that. And then return it or do it as a giveaway. But there is one more. All right, and here we go. Space Jesus. How long did Luke spend on Dagobah? We don't have a time frame on it. According to the movie, it would appear to be days or a week or so. Depending on how long it took them to travel to Cloud City and how long they were actually on Cloud City. But Dagobah is one of those force planets, the same as Ahch-To, or Ahch-To, or Ahch-To, or Ahch-To, or however you want to pronounce it. Let me open this first. What could it be? What could it be? I can tell you what it can be. It can be this guy right here. Whoa! But that just shows you how far back I was going to go and grab this other one, but my Akos is sitting on top of it with other books and other Yodas and stuff like that. But I have the Chewbacca one that I need to do too. But yeah, so I need to figure some stuff out because Andy, you might know this. Beyond the Blast Doors, I believe you're an affiliate of Amazon, correct? Do you have a page someone can go to and say, oh, gee, Beyond the Blast Doors network suggests, or these are things that they have listed on there? Or is it just links like sausage? That made no sense. That you can put up. Because I know before it used to be you could go to check out. I could be like, hey, and then you just go to my page, and you can see everything that's listed on there. And I am an affiliate, but I just became one, and I only found a way to put links, so I can put the link on Amazon. But there's so many things I want to do. Like I want to put, especially with Christmas coming up, I want to put all of these guys on there. So if somebody wants it, they can go take a look at them and get them on there. But here we go, the probe droid. So come on, camera. Come on, camera now. Smile on your brother. All right, so this was the first one. This was the second one. Now we have Chewbacca, the third one, and I believe he's flocked. We have this guy, and then we have this, which is spoiler. This is Leia. And then here is Luke and Vader. Space Jesus with the jokes all day long. But yeah, we did get a few more. I don't even know what Mando Monday. All right, let's see what this looks like right now. Oh, I got stuff in front of me. We'll just do this really quick and see what we got. Oh, because I did it before over there on that, and I wanted to do this on here. All right, so there we go. Mando Mondays. I didn't share. Come on, guys. I'm new at this. Leave me alone, all right?
I am here to kick off Mando Mondays. We are 1 week away from the second season of The Mandalorian, but right now I just want to kick things off by looking at some toys. All right, first we have your favorite, The Mandalorian, the child. He's adorable. I missed you. Let's see. Is he supposed to move? Just give him a chance. I think people are going to lose their minds over this toy because of the paternal feeling it is inspiring in me at the moment. And really, sorry, he likes to interrupt. As I was saying, I really want to get back to the warmth of basically me and you. Ready to lay low and stretch your legs for a couple of months, you little womp rat? Now we got a Funko Pop of the Mandalorian with the child. All of the people that I've met, they never take the Funko out of the box. My nephews do not take the Funkos out of the box. I take my Funko out of the box, though.
Shut up! You don't know anything.
Gosh, I'm so glad I took him out of the box because I didn't realize he's flying through the air with a jetpack with the child. That's pretty rad. And here we have, what's this? This is incredible. This is super cool. This is upping the cool factor of the Mandalorian. Like, it isn't cool enough. And, like, I'm not cool enough. This is freaking cool. I get to keep this? Wow. I mean, I better.
I think you can buy one, dude.
Hello, and welcome to the very first Mando Monday. I'm Anthony Carboni from the Star Wars Show.
And I'm Andy Gutierrez.
already gotten a couple of those moments. Like, for instance, when we saw Gamorreans not guarding, but fighting in some sort of ring. I loved it. And something that they don't tell you in the teaser trailer, he is actually just pit fighting to put his kids through college.
So noble.
It's very noble of him.
We also have this elegant Mando mug from Disney Parks.
With or without skull, display, drink, display. You get it.
And we've got books, like this Mandalorian Season 2 poster book, which I am contractually obligated to not open on camera because of spoilers.
Open one. Open one of them. Turn it around. Let me see.
Oh, that's a good one.
We also have this little golden book, which I love because I grew up on little.
I think I had that poster book
Wonderful to see the Star Wars galaxy.
ordered.
Look at this. But sometimes the child protected him.
Sometimes the child protects us all.
Right? Books.
Books.
But we know that you want to see more.
More toys, more clothes, more
Okay,
games, more
I just wanted-
Mandalorian actors talking all things Mandalorian.
And we have that for you in just a moment. But first, we want to check out more of this new Mando merch for this Mando Monday.
Marvelous.
Magnificent.
Monday.
Spirit jerseys. We're perfectly in sync.
I love a good Spirit jersey.
Hold on a sec. There we go.
Okay.
Now, you are wearing a Spirit jersey that's been at the park for a little while.
Comfy room.
I didn't want to watch that whole thing, although Andy is kind of, whatever. But yeah. It won't let me scroll down to the other ones. Show more, maybe. Oh, there you go. So here we go. Let me make that bigger. You don't need to see me. All right, Giancarlo Esposito's on Seth Meyers tonight. They are making their rounds all out. But let's see. We have so we have the animatic child. We got some other stuff. We got that. These are just figures right here. This is cool. Hasbro Din Djarin. He's already sold out. The Trooper Scout. I got that ordered. Of course I do. This Monopoly game. Really, really want to get that. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff coming out. Now they're just showing stuff that's not even. This wasn't all revealed today. Some of it was, some of it wasn't. Like these three were already out. This guy just got released today. This guy just got released today. This guy, these three are old. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I don't know if you guys were here on. I mean, it's a lot of figures and stuff. Luckily, I only do the 6-inch, but that's still, I need to start working on them super chats on this stream here. I need super chats so I can buy toys. Because I'm supposed to be using super chats, which I don't push for computer equipment, but give me $1. Say I like your show. Here's $1 for the super chat, or I'll give you my link tree. Here's $1. I'm going to stop doing my show if everyone that's in this chat doesn't give me $1, except for the people that don't have to, which is everyone. So. But I think I'm going to call it quits there today. Because we're almost at 2 hours, and or we're over 2 hours. I know a half hour that was me trying to figure out how to use my well, Space Jesus. I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing, man. If you don't got money, I'd rather have 100 people in here, or I shouldn't say that. Yeah, you guys, I'm not being serious, man. I'd rather have you here hanging out with me, and not giving me money than being like, I don't have any money to give them, so I'm not going to go hang out. You don't have to give me money. If you have money and can, that's great. It's appreciated. That helps me. It helps me, pay the bills and stuff like that. Or like I bought the new computer monitor so I can do more editing in computer software or whatever. And that's what the Patreon's for. The Patreon helps pay for that stuff. And that's like I always said, I don't use the Patreon money. I don't know how to make you a mod right now. All right, everyone that's in the chat, leave a comment. Just whatever comment you want. Oh, it doesn't say that you're moderators. Pauline, did you see what happened? Pauline, look next to your name.
Big week for Star Wars fans. The new season of The Mandalorian begins streaming this Friday on Disney Plus. And this morning we have one of the stars. Please welcome Giancarlo Esposito. Giancarlo, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy you're here. I'm a huge fan of yours. I was telling Robin all about Breaking Bad and how awesome you are. But before we talk about the new season, I understand you're just a man of many talents. You have a green thumb that you've developed during quarantine?
Oh my goodness, I used to garden when I was 13 years old. I love growing carrots and beets and eggplant. Haven't done it for many, many years, but yes, I'm back at it and I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I have a lot of wonderful vegetables that I've been growing this year, tomatoes especially, but also eggplant and artichoke and a bunch of wonderful sages that are available, pineapple sage and other things. And it's been really fun to spend time in the garden, my hands in the earth.
I got to tell you, Giancarlo, Amy's blushing is about as red as those tomatoes right now. Just watching you and listening to you. She was just, but let us talk about, I'm sorry.
All right.
Let us talk about The Mandalorian. Tell us what we can expect from your character this season and what we can expect from the series.
Oh, I'm so happy to share all the spoilers with you.
Right.
But he is the warden of the galaxy. He is a remnant of the Imperial Empire, and he is still searching for his quarry, which we hope he'll find. I'm so happy to be a part of the show that really depicts a story about humanity and heroism. You know, to be a hero is something that we all aspire to. I play some villains, but I really love the hero, and we need to be empowered by heroes today.
We are pretty obsessed with Baby Yoda here on GMA. So I have to ask you, did you bond with Baby Yoda at first sight?
Oh my goodness, it's hard not to bond with such a beautiful, wonderful being. Those beautiful eyes and those ears just entrance you. Baby Yoda is powerful. And when I was talking to Jon Favreau, who created the show, I said, that is the star of the show. Don't forget it. Never act with babies or children or animals. I love acting with Baby Yoda. I'll be upstaged by Baby Yoda any day.
Has it gone to Baby Yoda's head, though? It's a fair question.
You know, Baby Yoda, I feel like, in my analogy of this very child, full of wisdom, full of happiness and joy, as children are unjaded, even though Baby Yoda is 50 years old, Baby Yoda has no ego. This is the ultimate sadhu, in a way, realized being who has no ego and just listens and really hears and just listens and sees and really sees who you are. And that's why you fall in love with Baby Yoda, because there's a truth, an organic truth to this child. The child is what we call him, the asset. Of course, pop culture, Baby Yoda. He's going to make this show and allow us to take a journey spiritually to who we really are inside.
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We were just talking about how these tough characters that you have played throughout your career, what kind of draws you to these types of roles?
You know, I was thinking about it this morning, and I've never really expressed it this way until now. Villains and tough guys and bullies need love. I was thinking, you know, and I know it sounds a little weird, and we experience bullies and we see tough guys and we see people acting out their life on their karmic stage that is our world without any sensitivity. I love to play the villain ever since I saw James Cagney, top of the world, Ma, with that machine gun. I thought, wow, this guy, he needs a hug. That's what he needs, right? And so I feel like if I can play a villain who has humanity, who's human, and ultimately I realize that I just want a hug. I just want to be loved and understood. I've made the choice to play some really deep and volcanic kind of characters, but I think it's only because I need love.
Well, I didn't think I could be a bigger fan, but now I am officially. So, Giancarlo, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. We need your energy today. And by the way, Mando Monday doesn't stop there. At 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Star Wars YouTube, fans can get a first look at some of the newest products inspired by the series and see new cast interviews. It launches every Monday leading up to a new episode on Fridays on Disney+. And season 2, if you hadn't heard, kicks off this week.
Well, hey,
all right. So I'll probably get flagged with copyright for that song that was on at the start of it, or Good Morning America. We'll see. Good Morning America will be fine because it's fair use, probably. But see, I should have kept myself on there. But whatever, man, doesn't matter. Yeah, that was cool, man. Thanks, Space Jesus, for showing that with us. And I need to get rid of, I'm just thinking out loud now, I need to get rid of all of my, if you go to the description, like it has everything on there. Like where to follow me, what to do. I just gotta check. I got a link tree, or I just leave it like that. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll see what's up. We had a good talk with Charlie, and watch me try and figure out how to get my Oculus to work, which it didn't do. But that's just one of the things we need to work on for in the future. With that, I say good day. May the force be with you. Always.